tax deductibility in the hands of the payer. Now, what can happen is that, there might be a foreign company, okay? And there's an Indian company which makes a payment to this foreign company. What Article 12 deals with is the taxability of the income in the hands of the foreign company. It does not deal with the fact as to whether this payment which has been made is deductible for tax purposes in the hands of the Indian company or not. Right? So the deduction in the hands of the taxpayer is not covered by Article 12. Right? It is basically subject to the domestic tax laws and whatever limitations are there. So if the domestic tax law provide that this will be allowed only when paid, okay, or only if the TDS has been deducted under specific circumstances or specific rates, all those will be applicable. So let's say in present case section 40AI A shall be applicable, and unless and until the TDS is deducted, this amount may not be deductible in the hands of the Indian company. Second is that even the transfer pricing provisions shall apply to royalty and FTS, and they should adhere to the arm's length price. Right? If they are paid in excess, then what is allowed as a deduction in India for tax purposes is only the amount which is equivalent to arm's length price. Right? Any excess payment over and above the arm's length price is not taxable as royalty or fee for technical services in the hands of the foreign company. Now, one thing I can also tell you here, which probably you will not be able to get when you read Article 12, is in certain treaties there is a non-discrimination clause. Right? What this non-discrimination clause does is it basically says that if an Indian company is making a payment to a resident and the same company is making a payment to a non-resident, if there are certain conditions which are imposed on the Indian company to claim the deductibility of such expense, which are more onerous for payments to non-resident vis-a-vis the payments to resident, in that case, this non-discrimination clause can be invoked, right? And the deductibility in the hands of the ICO should be allowed under the same condition as they are for residents, right? We've discussed this aspect in detail when we discussed the article relating to non-discrimination, right? But this is one point which one should keep in mind.